Hey everyone, Fatty from Pack-a-Punch Traders here. Just gonna go over my top plays for tomorrow, January 30th. So let's get right into it. We got INBS, a play to keep an eye on. We have a solid move higher, and now we're getting decent fade and just waiting for momentum to shift. This has had a lot of eyes on it. It's up a lot. So gonna keep eyeing for the multi-day bounce. If you need any reference, take a look at GROM from Friday. Just made a whole video lesson on it as well. The way I approach multi-day bounces and this trade as well as OTRK, another one from earlier in the week. So very nice move there as well with the multi-day bounce. That is going to be the plan for INBS as well as CYAD. This one does need a bit of volume. It is just fading and fading, so we'll keep it on watch, but not super excited about this one yet. It does need to show me some more, a little bit more volume, something, but we'll keep it on watch as a possible idea for a play if it shapes up. We got BIAF, recent runner, recent bounce play. So let's take a look at this here. We are approaching nothing yet. So we're still decently off the highs, 30% or so. We'll definitely need to see a lot of volume come back if we're going to see a nice convincing breakout. But that's the play. It's still kind of a waiting game. I do like the overall uptrending. I don't like the fading in volume, so this one might be a dud in the morning. But if for whatever reason this thing finds its way around 4 and there's some volume behind it, I don't see why it can't give a nice 10-15% squeeze into the mid to high 4s. Might have some trouble here around the 420s. We got some resistance, but after that it does have some range. So the key really will be, is it holding key areas uptrending, and does it have demand to really sustain a move higher? So BIF, CYAD, so far not my favorite plays out of these, but still something worth keeping an alert on it or something. Just keep an eye on it. LCID, monster move from Friday. You wouldn't even suspect this is worth a few billion. Must have float. 1.6 billion, and it does this kind of move. Absolutely insane. I don't care what it's on, what the news is, what it can do. This is garbage. History of running, overall downtrend. So we'll see. The way I'm approaching this, just looking at the momentum in the chart, this reminds me a lot of AKAN, something I called and missed on Friday, where day one has an incredible move, something we would usually look for, a multi-day bounce, but it's so far off of the highs. I already see a lot of shorts and sellers just betting on this thing pushing lower and lower, that if that doesn't happen, their expectations are broken, we can see a nice bounce. So usually the multi-day bounce, we give it some days to fade, at least one red day, show shorts and sellers are in control. But I was looking at this downtrend, I'm like, they're definitely having something. They're not in control. There are a lot of people in there that are expecting this to push lower. So if that doesn't happen, it's the same psychology as a multi-day bounce. It's just slightly different, the way it sets up. But really the thinking is the same. So AKAN, good lesson on what LCID could end up performing. Just look for failure to push lower, that high at daybreak, confirmation, uptrending, demand coming in. Could be offering a nice bounce after that if all those bullish indicators do line up. And key areas to look out for, you got mid-13s, mid-14s, after that around 16. So it does have some space to move, but we'll watch and see how this shapes up tomorrow. Lastly, MLGO. Recent good trade for me. Had it on an open price of VWAP per claim here. Sold way too soon. And this is a play coming all the way from the 160s or so. Tops out in the high threes. So not quite a 150% mover, but was pretty close. Had a lot of eyes on it. Um, and now we're off of the highs decently. It's trying to hold up. Is this going to load? Come on. Jesus Christ. Really? The very last one? Okay, there we are. So here, this one, we got a solid base around 2.5 that it's failing to break down. So if that keeps on holding, I don't see why we can't possibly have a reversal off of the 2.5 area. Just looking for a nice quick bounce play. It is close to that 150% minimum spike we look for. And here we are fading decently off the highs and now holding around a key area psychologically. So if it does get a little bit of volume, it confirms high a day. It could have had something on Friday, but as you can see, barely broke past high and got stuck. Guess what? No demand. So when we see that perk in demand, some uptrending, and it's holding that high, I would be pretty encouraged to take this for a multi-day bounce. And some areas to look for, 320s, 330s will be key. And after that, who knows? 3.5 high from what, 360? Oh, 370s. Okay, fantastic. So just some ideas here. A couple bounce plays, a breakout with BIAF, but I'm really liking INBS, MLGO, and LCID the most. BIAF and CYAD. I need to see a little bit more from them. I need to see a little bit more demand. Have them reclaim key areas first. So still a waiting game on those. But the others, I think, could be pretty good potential plays. And there's other plays as well here. So it's already posted on Twitter. If you want to check it out there, all of them go over the plays one by one. But those are the top plays that I am so far looking for tomorrow to work out. And of course, with any gappers, anything new, holding up, failing to break down, with some news, we're going to be looking for that open price VWAP per claim. We had that a lot recently. What was one? Oh, MLGO, as you can see here. You get the gap up, failure to break down. You get some selling. You got some shorts trapped, but look at what happens. Selling disappears and it makes a higher low. And then from there, it starts gearing up. You get a little bit of perk in demand. And that's what I'm getting in on the higher low, confirming VWAP and open price. And from there, you get a nice squeeze. When it confirms that area, shows that it's failing to break down. It actually is making higher lows. Demand is there. If anything, we're going higher. So shorts get squeezed out. So yeah, that's pretty much the thinking there. We'll look for any of that kind of style play on any new gappers, day one plays, morning or late day. But that's still a waiting game. See what the scanners offer. For now, we'll stick to these. So hope everyone had a great weekend. Good month. We're wrapping it up here last couple of days. I'll make a whole entire video in a couple of days going over the month review, performance, good, bad, all of it. So let's finish the month strong, and let's just keep this momentum going. And if the overall market stops offering so many plays, and it starts pushing lower, and shorts get the upper hand, as we have seen that majority of the ending of 2022 was like that, the whole second half pretty much. So if we get something abnormal, we'll adapt to it. But just take it one by one. Let the plays come to you. Don't force anything. Going into the day, you shouldn't have the mindset, I think, that you're gonna make money for sure that day. I think just your mindset should be, if there is something that's worth taking advantage of, we'll take it. But until then, we're gonna keep the money safe and just scan the market, see what's going on until something perfect sets up. There's a lot of different plays. A lot of things move. Not all of them are A plus setups, or A for that matter. A lot of them can be C's and B's. So be picky, be meticulous, and let the plays come to you. Don't be greedy.